Well, hello from St. Augustine. No, we are really excited. We love this city. Love it. You're not talking much.
You're saying it. It's true though. We like coming here. We have to do the ghost tour though.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
Yeah.
But we are here. If you're new, hello, hi, welcome. Thank you so much for checking us out.
Yeah, for sure. We are over here at the old town. We're going to see the old jail.
Yes.
We're really excited. Really excited. They got people dressed up in period clothing, which is so cool.
It's really cool. They even have that like accent, like the Texan accent.
Yeah. It's
like,
super cool.
Howdy, y'all.
We are not doing the trolley. If you just heard that, we
you don't
often
have to do that
right.
either. So we're gonna get tickets. We'll
Right.
tell you how much they cost. We'll ask if they have military. We don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know anything. We don't know anything. We're really excited. We did bring our K2 just in case we might get a hit or two while we're in the jail, because the jail is supposedly haunted.
And if you like adventures, please hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
Share with your family and friends.
Hit that bell notification so you get notified. We are trying to get back on schedule of posting every Tuesday and Thursday. We've been slacking. We're sorry.
Please help us get monetized by the end of the year.
Yeah.
That's our biggest goal that we're trying to get to. So please help us by doing that, by subscribing and having all your other friends and family check us out and have them subscribe as well.
Right, and if you're in the area, definitely stop by and see St. Augustine.
Yeah,
it is the
excited.
oldest town in the nation.
Yes. We're going to learn more about it.
Enjoy the video, guys.
Jesse, it says so right here on my shirt. And it's my job to welcome you to your new home. Yay! Yay! Woo! I'm so glad you're so enthusiastic. Not a lot of people here are, and that's okay. It's understandable. But their non-enthusiasm probably stems from something different. See, I think they were much more partial to where the jail used to be, because it wasn't always here. It actually used to be smack dab in the center of St. Augustine. Trust me, that was a lot more fun for the inmates down there, getting to mess with all those tourists, being right in the middle of all the action. It was great. But as you can imagine, we're a pretty rambunctious group, so obviously they were going to kick us out at some point or another. But I'm sure y'all want to know the rest of that story, right?
Yeah.
Good. Otherwise, this was going to be real short. So there was this man, Mr. Henry Morrison Flagler. He came on into town. He built himself that fancy Ponce de Leon hotel. But he made a little mistake when he built it. He built it right across the street from where our jail was. Real good news for the inmates, but real bad news for Mr. Flagler. See, he started getting complaints from his guests. He started hearing things like, "Oh, Mildred, do you smell that awful stench? That smells like body odor," or something like that. Well, Mr. Flagler, he didn't like those complaints, so he took himself down to the county commissioner's office and said, "Move the jail." They said no, obviously, because who is this man coming up into their office and telling them where to put things? But Mr. Flagler, y'all, he's the man with the plan and the second richest man in the world, so he goes on home, he gets $10,000 out of his bank account, slaps it on the table and says, "Now move the jail." And as you can imagine, that time they said yes. Because, I mean, who would say no to $10,000, am I right? Yeah. Well, with all this money, Mr. Flagler had two conditions. His first condition was the jail had to be built at least a mile out of town. Or about a mile and a half, so that criteria was all met up. But his second condition was a little stranger. He didn't want it to look anything like a jail. I'm assuming you can see the pink monstrosity behind me. See all this Queen Anne Victoria decoration up over here? Y'all ever seen a jail with a front porch? Me neither, not till I got here. Actually, funny thing, it looks so little like a jail. Mr. Flagler's fancy passengers coming in the railroad just up the way a lick, they can see this building from their train window. And they think to themselves, "Oh, what a quaint little hotel. It's right outside of town and probably so much less expensive than Mr. Flagler's. Why don't we go there instead?" And they do. They come here. They knock on that big metal door over there and they ask us if we have any rooms available for them, to which we say, of course we do. But you don't want to be my roommate, trust me. Now if that don't scare him away quick enough, the man who answers the door definitely will. He's 6'6", 350 pounds and sitting on that bench over there. That's Sheriff Charles Joseph Perry. You wouldn't believe me if I told you, but those tourists run out of here faster than the wind blows when he answers the door. Actually, they run so fast sometimes they leave their luggage, which is a good thing for you, because if it's not claimed in 24 hours, Sheriff says we get to go through it. Y'all definitely look like you could do with going through some luggage, because y'all don't look packed for a good 5 years. Alright, folks, so, a couple of quick rules to go over with you. First off, everybody's got to have one of these completely covering their face at all times. Sheriff says you don't like to see nothing ugly. Second off, try to stay away from any party you didn't come here with. We're trying to cut down on the gang violence a little bit. Third off, don't touch nothing on the inside, because the prisoners here have cooties. And fourth, don't go inside any of the cells, because the prisoners here have cooties. Alright, are we clear on the rules?
Yeah.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Follow me. He said Sheriff Perry don't care about other people's rules, so he tells his deputy to go get another rope, and he stares Charlie down. Well, that deputy looks for that rope for about 10 minutes. He finally finds it. He runs all the way back with it, but unfortunately, when he comes back, he finds that Charlie has already died at Sheriff's feet. They don't even get to go through with it a second time, and it ends up being double botched, if that's even possible. So as you can imagine, Sheriff Perry's mighty embarrassed by this whole ordeal. The newspapers took hold of it and talked about it relentlessly for weeks after. They still talk about it to this day. So, word to the wise. Don't mention Charlie Powell in the jail. Don't mention him to Sheriff Perry. Got it? Good. Speaking of the jail, we're actually going to go inside in just a minute. We're not going to stop in the first room. We're going down the hall to the right. But I want y'all to take good notice of the first room, because ladies, it's the women's cell block. Yay. As ladies, we get real special accommodations. We get the best of bathroom facilities. It's a bucket on the floor, and we get to go whenever we want. Yay! We also get mattresses. They're stuffed with Spanish moss. That's the gray stuff hanging from the trees, if you didn't know. It comes with an array of bugs, but that's okay. Shake it out. They'll bite you a lot less, probably. My cell's the one with the window. I get the breeze and the sun, and I get to empty my business bucket whenever I want. Y'all other ladies are gonna have the cell behind me. It's dark and icky and gross. You're not gonna have a window to empty your business bucket out of, but hey, I'll strike a deal with you. If you don't empty your business bucket out into my cell, or onto me, I'll personally help you empty it through the bars and out my window. And in exchange, I'll let y'all go ahead of me on bath day. Yeah, bath day. That's once a month, and we all share the same bath water in one of those. That's a good deal, right? Say yes. Good, I'm so glad we all agree. Security. There's 4 cells in the cell block. I'll start with this one over here. This is a sort of miscellaneous cell. It can turn into anything sheriff or deputies might need. It's really just a cell for anyone who shouldn't be kept with general population, but it can also turn into any one of these other cells, should need be. Now, right up here across the way, pardon me, so sorry. This is our isolation sick bay cell. You're going to come in here if you're nursing some kind of disease or if you have some kind of injury. The only issue is you're going to be waiting for a doctor in here, and doctors only come on sentence days to pronounce us DED, so you're going to be waiting a while. Needless to say, you go in this room most of the time, don't really come back out. Now, in my opinion, this is probably the scariest room in this entire jail. This is called solitary confinement. That's because when they shut this door, you can't see the hand in front of your face. That's how dark it is in this room. They can keep you in here for up to 30 days. That's a whole month. They can make you survive on a diet of bread and water once a day, every day, which ought to clear you out nice and good, right? Keep it nice and regular. They're not going to give you a bed to rest your head on or a bucket to do your business in. You just hope you're on the right slanting side of the floor. And they're not going to give you any human contact. The only contact you're going to get are with the rats that skitter across the floor and the bugs that crawl on your skin. And after a few days, they start talking back to you. Not like in a Disney movie. Now the good thing is, after 30 days, they'll take you out the back door and give you a nice bath. But baths don't wash off crazy, so you're kind of stuck with that one, unfortunately. All right, so folks, this is the kitchen. Ladies, we're going to be spending about 14 hours a day in here. Now you might be wondering, what the heck are we doing in here for 14 hours a day? Well, in the morning we're going to go out the back door, we're going to chop some firewood, put it in the stove and stoke it and keep it nice and hot. Y'all notice this is a concrete room? Yeah. Not a whole lot of ventilation going on. It's going to get kind of stuffy in here. Hey, but that makes this the hottest room in the jail. What? Hottest room in the jail? Yeah, that one always kills. Now, as far as the menu goes, I'll start with drinks. The only drinks all of us prisoners are allowed to have anytime we want, as much of as we want, is coffee. We use that back there on the wall. It's called the coffee grinder. We use it to grind about 500 cups of coffee a day. That's minimum. Yeah, sometimes it's a bit more if the sheriff has guests over or anything like that, but usually it's about 500. Now, for the food, in the morning, everyone's going to get a big heaping helping of grits. Do y'all like grits? Yeah. Good. If you don't, you will. Yeah, there's two options, grits and no grits. You want grits, trust me. Now, for lunch, it varies a smidgen. Everyone here at the jail, that's all of us ladies in the kitchen, everyone in maximum security, we're all going to get a big heaping helping of boiled beans. But men, you can't take beans on the job with you because that's messy, so we make you something special. This is called hardtack. It's only 3 ingredients, water, flour, and salt. It really doesn't matter how much. Just mix it all up together, put it in the oven, and bake it till it don't bake no more. It's cute though, right? Like a little cracker? Do you want a bite? Sure. Trust me, you don't. Yeah, you try to bite down on one of these, you're going to crack every tooth in your skull. So, okay. Okay. So what you're going to do, men, you're going to stick this in your boiling cup of coffee and you're going to let it marinate. It's going to get nice and soft. And then all these little bugs are going to come out. They're called weevils. And they're going to go, oh no, what is this? Oh, our world is melting. Okay. And they're going to die and float to the top of your coffee and you're going to drink them because that's your only source of protein. Yay, protein shake. Yay. Now for dinner, it's all the same. Everyone's going to get a big heaping helping of boiled beans. Everyone close your eyes. I'm going to paint you a picture. Imagine 200 men, boiled beans, same place, same time. Now take a whiff. Yeah. You're going to be so happy this is an open air jail, trust me. Now ladies, I'm sure you're wondering, how the heck are we going to get all this food out to the men? Because obviously as dignified ladies, we can't be fraternizing with the men. We're not allowed to do that. So they've accommodated for us. Back there on the wall, we have what's called the bean hole. No, not you, sir. We use it to feed all of maximum security. But for everybody else, we have this here. This is called the dumbwaiter. We're going to load our dishes onto these shelves and give it a good... Then they're going to hear it upstairs, pull on the rope, and feed all of general population. Now, I got a good secret to tell y'all. I was given special permission by the deputy to bring y'all into Sheriff Perry's office and parlor. Everybody go, yay! Yay! But there's a rule. Y'all can't touch nothing. If you touch something, they're going to come back to me and they're going to be like, Jesse, you let one of your new inmates touch something. I'll be like, no, I didn't. Sheriff Perry's office and parlor. Back here, that's his parlor. It's where he entertains his fancy political guests, but seeing as we are neither fancy nor political, we'll keep all of our attention right here just for now. I'll let y'all get a good look at that later on. But this is his office. This is where he does all of his work. It's where all the magic happens. Now, everyone who comes in here, he wants them to know exactly the kind of man he is. So here above the fireplace, we have the Bible. And above the Bible is a lovely family photo. That's his daddy, his mommy, his sisters, his brother, and Sheriff Charles Joseph Perry at the age of 14 years old. Let me ask y'all a question. Does he look 14 to you? No. Yeah, he looks more like 20, right? By the way, he's sitting down because the photographer told him to. Otherwise, he would have been taller than his dad. So, yeah, not the kind of picture you want. So, turns out he's going to be a pretty big man. Now, everyone who comes in here, he wants them to be impressed by all of his fancy things, like this fireplace. It's double burning, wood on one side, gas on the other, which might not have been the best idea in hindsight, but we want to say. That there in the back wall, that's the telephone. It's connected to the only phone line we have here in St. Johns County. Yeah, I said the only phone line. He knows it's for him by how many times it rings, but of course that don't stop him from picking up the receiver and listening to any conversation his heart so desires, because, you know, crime's always good. But when he joins on, it becomes the party line. What, party line, sure, play some fun. Okay, that one always kills too. Nice and comfortable. Now, everyone who comes in here is always mighty impressed because it's double-decker and it's real fancy, but only for a second because it might look a little bit familiar to you, like something you've already seen. And it is. The female cell block downstairs is built almost the exact same way, except these cells are about half the size, and there's 4 beds to a cell. But that don't necessarily mean there's 4 men to a cell, because if there's any space to Sheriff Perry, that's wasted space. He likes to shove as many men in there as he possibly can. Now this jail, y'all, was built by the Paul Jail Company. It says so right here on this box. They're based out of St. Louis, Missouri. They're really good at what they do. This is actually their best accomplishment to date, because no one has ever escaped from here, and no one ever will. The floors and the walls in here are made of pure concrete. That's if you can even reach the walls through the bars of yourselves. Trust me, you can't. Now, I say this is their best accomplishment to date, but they were actually just commissioned to go on out to California and build another jail out there called the Alcatraz, if I'm not mistaken, is what they wanted to call it. It was either going to be that or Alka-Seltzer, and I think they made the right choice because Alka-Seltzer sounds way too bubbly for a jail. Well, they're actually going to model their Alcatraz after our jail because of how efficiently and effectively it works. So this is kind of like a little mini preview of what you're going to see from them here in the near future, because this is the first jail of its kind. Now in just a second, I'm going to let y'all get a good feel for your new home, but first I want to tell you where you can go and what you can do. You can go around general population, you can look at the lovely displays we have up for you. You can go through general population and stick your head into any cell which door is open, just make sure you don't actually walk into the cell or anything like that. We just ask that you don't go upstairs because that's where us trustees stay and we don't want anyone touching our stuff. You can also go across the hall to the deputies' quarters to see what they're up to. Just same rule applies. Make sure you don't touch anything or move anything around. And also you can go down the hall to the left to the guard tower, which shows the more gruesome parts of the jail. However, viewer discretion and parental guidance is advised. Now, when you're ready to escape, I'm not going to tell anybody. It's okay. I'm not a snitch. You're going to go out that door right away. Yeah, make sure you don't go back down the stairs because they're very steep. We don't want anyone taking a slip or fall. And new inmates are coming up all the time, so we don't want a traffic jam, so please, when you're ready to go, go out that door. When you do go out that door, make sure you stop at that wooden box over there next to it. Grab yourself a prison pardon. It shows you got out of here legally.
So, we did it again.
It was too noisy out there, so
yeah,
it's easier in the car.
Yeah. You know, when you come to places like this, sometimes you think it's going to be really gimmicky, really like over the top.
Or it's a lot of reading and just walk through.
This was amazing. They really outdid themselves here.
And to Jesse,
yes,
the tour guides, you guys were awesome.
Yes.
Like you knew your stuff, you played the part, and they call their workers cast members here too.
They do.
Which was really cool. So it's a cool experience. Like if you think it was like a gimmicky one-stop thing, we spent 2 hours here.
Yeah. Now the tours are about 40 minutes long each, but it was really cool.
And then of course because of COVID, like you have to wait a certain capacity. So like we were waiting for 1:15, but then we had to wait till 1:30. So you may be waiting in the heat a little bit because it is outside a lot.
Yeah, there's no shade whatsoever. Yeah. But honestly, I mean, if you have kids, have your kids wait in line and then you go out and get in the shade.
Or you go to the store.
But guys, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate all your support and everything.
Hopefully you like our historic sites that we go to. Leave a comment if you do and if you want us to do more. Or if you know of any places, let us know as well. Yeah. Keep that discussion going with your fan fam.
Yes. She's been hanging out with the period people. That's why she said, "Well."
Well, now the heart of heaven.
When we say like period, they're really good. They got the draw and everything. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. We'll definitely see you guys next time. Bye.